Around 100,000 South Sudanese are estimated by the United Nations to be at risk of dying through starvation. They're among the 3.8 million people either displaced inside the country or who have fled as refugees. The United States is the largest provider of humanitarian aid there, after returning from a trip to Juba and what's now become the world's largest refugee camp, Bidi in Uganda. Democratic Senator Chris Coons carried with him a sobering warning.
In my meeting with President Salva Kiir, I said to him forcefully that he underestimates, perhaps, the attitude of the Trump administration, which has proposed dramatic cuts in humanitarian aid, cuts which I intend to oppose. But in a review of USAID, in a review of the State Department, South Sudan may not be on the top, may not even be in the middle, may be at the bottom of the list of countries for continuing assistance the way it's been going.
Coons and Republican Senator Bob Corker, the head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, were so moved by the scale of the unfolding tragedy that they pushed through the Congress a further $1 billion in famine relief to help South Sudan, Nigeria, Somalia and Yemen. But Senator Coons told President Kiir that Donald Trump is seeking major cuts in the next financial year, which begins this October.
And he then asserted that President Trump would be his best friend and that he would now find a close ally and a supporter in our new president. And I, again, fairly pointedly suggested to him that President Trump may not know of South Sudan, may not know of President Kiir, and may have other priorities. And that is the, I think, potential tragedy here.
Coons is now calling on Kiir to begin a meaningful national dialogue with opposition groups and to order an end to the practice of blocking aid convoys. He's also urging the Trump administration to appoint a special envoy for South Sudan in order to convene the African Union, the United Nations and other regional leaders to help South Sudan to walk the hard road to peace. Ryntjes, CGTN, Washington.